Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. It is a new year, 2020. Very exciting stuff. Hopping into 2020 with some pretty big goals. Some life related, some disc golf related, etc. If you guys have any goals, I would love for y'all to comment them down below. Maybe some basic ones like I want to get better at putting, and then maybe some other ones like I want to get better with my patience, because that's one thing for me that I definitely need to improve on. So I'd love for you guys to comment some of the things that you plan on working on. I think that New Year's resolutions are cool, but I also think that we should just try and always be bettering ourselves in general, just in life. We don't need a new year to do that, you know what I mean? So yeah, comment down below some of those things. I already recorded this video earlier outside, and it was a little bit too overexposed and a little focusy. It was being kind of weird, and it's raining now, so I'm in my office. If you guys didn't know, my main YouTube channel is a channel where I play video games, so that's kind of the vibe that we have going on in here. But I have got my bag here. So this is the bag that I play with. It's my, I don't know what it's called. It's the dynamic disc bag. I really like it. It's a super good bag. But ultimately, the goal of this, what's in the bag with Michael Holt, or Molt, what's in the bag, is to show you guys all of the discs that I am currently playing with and that I am using. So first of all, we are going to start off with my putters. So I'll go ahead, pull all my putters out of the bag. I know that this is different from a lot of the in the bag videos that you guys see on YouTube. Normally people are out on the golf course filming these and whatnot, but I am in my office where I edit and all that kind of stuff. We got all my putters right here. I actually bag a good bit of putters, and I love throwing them, but I think that this year I'm going to try and work on throwing them a little bit more and getting a little bit better at throwing them as well. So to start off, we are going to start off with my putting putter, which is the Guard. So I've talked to you guys about this disc in videos already. I was putting with the Judge. I still bag a couple of Judges. I was putting with it, but now I just throw with them. The Guard is hands down the most comfortable putter in my hands. You guys can see the ridge on it and just how like rounded it is. Is it the Warden? I think the Warden is a beadless putter, but it's a little bit sharper when it cuts down. For me, I just love how rounded the Guard is. I love that it's beadless. I've been putting so much better since I bagged this. I've got a classic blend one, and then I think this is just a classic. So this one's a little bit harder. This one's a little bit softer. So I bagged both of these. These are what I putt with, and I love them. So next, we've got two of my throwing putters. I've got this Chameleon Judge. You guys can see how sick that is. It's kind of messing with the camera, but I love it. The Chameleon Judge is super fun to throw. It's a lucid disc. I'm still breaking it in and trying to figure it out and whatnot. I've probably only thrown it like 50 times, maybe, if even. And just so you guys know, like as I'm figuring out my bag and everything, I've only been throwing dynamic disc stuff since I started posting on this channel. When I reached out to them and they sent me some discs to be like, yo, we're excited you're going to be playing disc golf again and posting videos, try these out. I've just been exclusively throwing their discs, trying to learn them, trying to get good at them. And obviously that's something that can take years, you know. I was super comfortable with all my old discs that I used to throw, and I'm slowly getting more comfortable with these, and I actually feel pretty confident with a lot of them. And then I also have this Judge as well that was dyed by a viewer. It's pretty cool. I talk about this in one of my other videos as well. You guys can see his Instagram as well. Super cool. He's actually going to be sending me some more discs, which is pretty exciting. I also have the Westside Disc Swan 1 Reborn, which is a 3.3 negative 2.50. This thing is a lot of fun to throw. It's super bendy, as you guys can see, and that's because I have a soft, so it's a BT soft. The thing, you can throw this like this and it goes out flat and then comes back to it's ridiculous. It's so much fun to throw, and it's really only used in very specific situations, but I absolutely love throwing it. Next is the Deputy right here. This is actually the Molt one. If you guys didn't know, you can get this off of dynamicdisc.com, as well as a cool stamp that you guys will see in a little bit. Just go to dynamicdisc.com and search for Molt, and you guys will find these. And then the code Molt gets you $5 off if y'all are interested. So this is a Deputy right here with my stamp. Really good turnover putter, super solid. I actually have two of them. We've got this one, which is the Fusion plastic. I haven't beat this one in enough. I'm excited for this year to go out, play a lot more, beat in my putters, especially the ones like this that will start flying different as you beat them in and you start to kind of have fun with them. So absolutely love the Deputy, great turnover putter. And then we also have a regular Judge right here with the owl stamp on it that I throw as well when I don't want to throw the Lucid ones, because sometimes you just don't want to throw a Lucid plastic. Like if it's colder outside or whatever may be going on, there are certain situations where you want to throw X, Y, and Z. So next we've got mid-ranges, and if I'm honest with you guys, I'm not really a mid-range thrower, honestly. I just don't throw them that much. I pretty much just throw putters and fairway drivers, if I'm honest with y'all. There definitely is a place for them in my bag though, and I currently bag two of them. So this is the Core by Latitude 64. It's a speed of 6, glide of 5, turn of -0.5, and a fade of 1. You can throw this thing straight and it will hold straight until it just runs out of energy and dives down. So super fun straight mid-range to throw, and if you release it on a good line, it'll hold it for you. Really fun disc to throw. And then next I've got the Anchor from Latitude 64 as well. It's in an opto plastic. This thing is very overstable. I threw this on hole number 1 in the last video that you guys saw, whenever I hit the tree and I needed to get around the corner. And so that's what this is for. If I need to get around a corner that's really tight, I'll rip this out there. It'll hug it, it'll turn really tight, just because of how overstable it is. I haven't had the chance to throw it in the wind yet, but I'm sure that it will fight the wind very well. Feels really good in your hand as well. The Anchor is a really good mid-range, but the Core is definitely my favorite of the mid-ranges that I currently bag. And lastly, we have the fairway drivers and then the distance drivers. Okay, so my favorite fairway driver that I most definitely throw the most is the Felon. The Lucid Felon is by far the disc that is in my hands the most, especially for sidearms. I don't backhand it, which is interesting. I sidearm this thing and I absolutely love it. It's a great disc. It's got a turn of 0.5, fade of 4. So it'll hold a straight line for a little bit and then it'll come down to the right. You can throw it on an S-curve as well to get it around certain situations, which is fun. Great disc. I can't wait to beat it in and see how it plays. I need to start practicing with the backhand as well, see what I can do with it, because I just haven't. Like sometimes mentally there are certain discs in your bag that sometimes you'll go to for very specific things. And for me, the Felon is my sidearm disc. So I reach for it. I'm like, I'm throwing a sidearm with this. Like it doesn't even cross my mind to throw this thing backhand. I've never really tried it. I'm sure there are some discs for you guys like that where you reach for it and you're like, oh, I'm in this situation. I need that disc that I bag for this situation. I also have this one with the Molt stamp on it. Super sick. Again, this is on the website as well. $5 off with that code Molt. It's on the Felon also. I haven't thrown it too much, but because I was trying to like save it, you know, as like a cool one to have, but I was like, yo, I need to play with this thing. Like if I'm gonna have you guys getting these, I need to rep this in my bag as well. So I threw it yesterday whenever I went and played, and I absolutely love it. My go-to sidearm disc for sure right here. Next we've got the Westside Discs Stag. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I absolutely love this disc. Really fun disc. As it beats in, you can start turning it over a little bit more. It goes pretty straight. It's a speed of 8, glide of 6, turn of 0, and fade of 3. But it flies a little bit different than that. It almost flies like maybe a -1.3 or -1.53, something like that. You can turn it over and it'll hold it and then kind of come back at the end. Really fun disc just to throw and have fun with. The Stag, definitely one of my go-to backhand discs. Next I have the Explorer, which is another sidearm disc, but it's a 0, it's a turn of 0 and a fade of 2. So I'll throw this if I want it to go a little bit straighter, and then dive at the end just a little. But I it doesn't feel as good in my hands for me personally as the Felon does. I like the way that the Felon feels in my hands just a little bit better than this. But it's a Ricky Raisaki signature disc from when he was with them, which is super cool. But it's a good disc, and I've got a whole season to mess around, break it in and stuff. Next, this is turning into very quickly one of my favorite just all-around utility discs that I love using, and that's the Fury. It's got a turn of -2 and a fade of 2, speed of 9, glide of 6, and it's just so much fun to throw. If you throw it straight and hard with maybe a little bit of anhyzer, not too much, it'll go down and it'll take a wide turn and just hold that thing and then end up flattening out at the end. Really, really fun disc to throw. Super fun to watch. I throw it on an anhyzer sidearm as well. So if I'm in certain situations where I need to get a disc up into the left and I feel like a sidearm is better, I'll throw this thing. Really fun to just, if you throw it straight as a sidearm, it's gonna go straight. It's very hard to get that perfect release because if you give it a little bit too much torque, it'll turn over. But I've thrown this as a sidearm and just had it gone straight, and literally it just went straight, and I was like, what the heck just happened? Super, super fun disc to throw. The Fury is absolutely amazing. Feels really good in my hands. I have small hands, so little shallow rims like this are perfect for me. Absolutely love throwing it. Really, really fun disc. Next, the Maverick. If you guys know anything about dynamic discs, you know about the Maverick. This thing is a fun disc to play with. The hyzer flips that you can do with this thing are absolutely amazing. It's pretty domey compared to some of the other ones, some of the other ones. It's pretty domey compared to that. Super, super fun disc to throw. I don't sidearm this one for some reason. I just don't. Like I said earlier, when I grab this disc, my goal in mind is, all right, I'm gonna hyzer flip this thing, or I'm gonna turn it over. And it does it really, really well. Super, super fun. Yeah, really, really fun disc to throw. The Maverick, absolutely love this thing. Again, that's like my hyzer flip disc right there that I love. The Escape. I've been throwing this a little bit more recently, and this is one of the discs that I can throw the farthest. Now, I haven't gone out and measured in a while since I've been working on my form and stuff, but I still feel like this is going to be one of those very, very far straight flying discs. It's a speed of 9, glide of 5, turn of -1, fade of 2. So if you rip this thing straight, it's gonna go straight, and then it's gonna end up down to the left. I don't really sidearm it, even though honestly it does feel pretty good in my hand, but I feel like it'd be a little bit too easy to turn over, and that's not my goal for throwing straight. I feel like I would rather just throw the Felon, rip it a little bit harder, have it go a little bit straighter, or have it glide. But for backhands, the Escape, I absolutely love. This thing flies really, really straight. Absolutely love it. I threw it the other day through the woods, and it was just like hitting gaps and holding it and just going really, really far for me. Absolutely love the Escape, and it definitely has a place in my bag. I recently got this disc. It's in my bag currently. I don't throw it too much, but it's the River from Latitude 64. It's a speed of 7, glide of 7, turn of -1, fade of 1. And it's the air plastic, so it's a little like squishy. Feels really good. You can push your thumb down into it pretty well. Really, really fun disc. I haven't thrown it too much again. Like I said, I need to get out and just get some field practice with it. Currently, it's in my desk. No, currently in my bag. Currently in my bag. But I don't throw it too much. So I would say that this isn't one of my like go-to in the bag discs. I'll play many around without even remembering this is in my bag. Next, this is one of my favorite discs right now. I got it after a tournament that I played in recently in the shop with the player pack, and I have thrown it every single round since then, and I love it. It's the Westside Discs World. It's a speed of 14, glide of 4, turn of 1, fade of 4. And guys, like this thing, man, it's VIP air. So again, like you can push into this little thing when you grip it, and you can rip on this thing, and it is going to go straight and fast. It is such a fun disc to throw. You can turn it over and it'll hold that and then come crashing back down to the left. Absolutely love this disc right now. Like I said, I throw it multiple times a game. I picked it up at a shop, like I said, and I threw it and I was like, I think I just found a gem. The Westside Disc World. This thing's a monster. Absolutely love it, especially in the VIP Air. And then the last disc is the Fusion Trespass, which is a pretty straight flying disc that ends up coming back left at the end. It's a speed of 12, glide of 5, turn of negative 0.5, and a fade of 3. Just a fun disc to throw. Pretty straight. I have very specific situations where I'll pull this out. Again, it's one of those like discs where it's very specific in my mind. I have it in my bag, and there will be rounds where I won't throw it depending on what course I go to. But ultimately, I just like having it in there. Feels really good. Goes straight. Again, like I said, it goes straight for a long time, and then it comes back. Really, really fun disc to throw right there. And then I guess I'll just pull the bag up here and tell you some other things that I have in here. So I've got an umbrella. I've got a hand warmer. A lot of people have actually asked me about this. It's made by Human Creations. And I got it off of Amazon. You can charge your phone with it. You can also warm your hands. Really, really good. If you have it on high, it'll last an entire round. If you have it on like medium, you might be able to get 2 rounds out of it. But by that time, you'll kind of be warmed up and your hands won't need it as much. So I have that in here. I've got my marker, which is a mini judge disc. I've got some permanent markers in here. I've got my microfiber cloths. And I've got my Westside Discs sport sack that kind of helps out when my hands are wet and whatnot. But that's pretty much it, guys, for the What's in the Bag video. Of all of these, I would say my go-to discs right now that I 100% will throw every single round, play with every single round. The World, the Felon. So the World, the Felon, the Judge, and the Guard, if I had to pick. The Judge is more of my mid-range, like I was saying. I'll use the Judge to throw. And so, yeah, World, Felon, Judge, and then Guard to putt are kind of my go-to disc that I use the most in any round. Comment down below maybe your 4 most used discs in any round that you use and what you use them for if you want to. Let me know if you bag any of the things that I bag, and let me know if you want any more information on any of these discs. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are absolutely amazing. I love you guys. I've been having a lot of fun on this channel. I've got a fun video coming up prepping for a tournament that should be out this week, so definitely get ready for that. Again, thank you so much for everything, guys. Head over to dynamicdisc.com and search for Molt if you want these discs, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.